sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping. Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Mr. Fly Shit, only the one and only Sippin' with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. Absolutely, man. It's Thursday. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, man. It's happy hour as usual. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fly shit. Today is another great day. You know, they tell me every day above ground, thank God. But I got my guest in the building, my man Slice Maximus is in the building.
I'm happy to be in the building, man. I'm honored, bro.
I'm glad to have you. I'm honored to have you, bro.
Yeah. And you know, I'm
sipping with Sammie. I'll drink to that.
Sammie,
you know what I'm saying?
And for those at home that don't know, I don't even drink. I don't even sip. And you think you would take it light on me?
He making excuses already. We ain't even started the conversation.
This is mainly liquor.
No, that's mainly juice.
Oh my
ice, melted ice. Anyway, how you feel today, man?
I feel great, man.
You had a long day.
Long day, man. Listen,
and you still on 10?
I stay turned up, man. Man, this is this natural high, man. I'm happy to be here, man. So, yeah, I had a busy day. What I do? I woke up, went to Clementon Park with the kids, had to go to work, spun around here, jumped out the car, sipping with Sammie. It's a great day, bro.
It's a great day, man. Well, salute to you first and foremost for what you do with the kids, the coaching, the rec center, all of that stuff. We need positive black gentlemen,
man, we try
around these children, and I appreciate you for that.
No, man, I appreciate that. That mean a lot, man, coming from a brother like you, man.
Yeah, man, because you know, I got a lot from my coaches. You know what I mean? And I had my dad. Yeah. But I got a lot from my coaches.
Man, coaches give you something different your dad don't give you, man. Your dad gonna whip your ass probably at the end of the day too, after crazy. But your coach give you that. It's something about that motivation, man, when you doubt yourself. A real good coach, man, they give you that push, man. Help you get over your fears, man.
How long you been coaching?
Man, since 06.
Dope.
Yeah, I ran a long time. So I'm currently not coaching football. I'm the president of Pop Warner, which would be surprising the way I act on Talk Heavy. You know? But you know, all of us got when you intelligent.
Oh yeah, the parents understand.
They got different. Oh, they tune in.
They understand.
They tune in, man.
I know the parents.
The parents understand.
The parents be at happy hour. We are the parents.
At this point, we the parents.
We the parents.
They can relate.
No, that's dope. And like I said, I coached I coached 13 and under basketball when I was 13. You know, so like I got in early and kind of got out early, but I always think about going back and doing a little tutelage. I figure whenever I have a kid,
you know what I'm saying?
That's motivate me to dabble.
Yeah, dab more. You gonna start teaching something.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's going to happen whether we with the rest of them or not. We gonna be working out.
That's how it is, man.
Exactly. But talk heavy, man.
Talk heavy.
Talk heavy. What's up with that, man?
I'm gonna tell you, talk heavy is probably one of the greatest things that happened to me. Believe it or not. Talk Heavy started off something totally different. it morphed into this wild, super cancel culture pushing, wild sex talking, say the most absurd shit ever without being malicious, but
I like that you're aware. Yeah, I like that you're so aware of what you producing in these streets.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
But it's fire, it's energy.
It's energy, man, and the love is what we keep you doing it, man.
Right.
The origin of it, man, I was coming through a breakup, man, and I just moved back to the city. I was heartbroken, and COVID hit. Now you ain't seeing your kid as much as you want. And somebody was working with Dev Nasty at his studio, and he used to be with $1 million worth of game.
Shout out to Dev.
And they like, yo, it's right before COVID, man. I'm just depressed. They're like, yo, I do a podcast. I was like, man, hook me up, man. I want to do something like that, man. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so we got over there. Me and GB, we lied to Dev a little bit. We had a football group of coaches. We put out video stuff, but we didn't really have no podcast, so we was gonna talk about sports, man. Next thing you know, man, it's dick sucking, coochie eating, fucking moms.
When did it turn the corner?
The first episode was called. The first official episode was called "Coochie for Coaches," and we just started talking about some of the real stuff that happens when you coach football, man.
The crazy shit is, we was on Love and Then What podcast. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we linked up. And one of the things we was talking about was the moms.
The moms, man.
The moms be out of control, man. So I can see how when you get
coaches together and it's an open platform, and it's like, what we gonna talk about? It don't take long to get to the moms.
It don't take long to get to the moms, man.
And especially because at least let's get it out the system. Let's get it out the tape. Let's talk about it. Let's face the elephant in the room.
It's the elephant in the room.
And maybe we can move on.
So here's the reality. You're gonna get a mom if you coach. I'm gonna say I put 100% that if you want, as a coach, you're gonna get a mom out there for multiple reasons. Either one, she's watching you interact with her kid, and obviously she sees that is attractive to a woman, right?
And you got a mouthpiece in the car with her on the ride home.
All that, you get all of that. Number two, so either she's seeing you interact, or two, you get the mom that's just trying to get her kid on the field. It's moms that do whatever to try to make their son the quarterback. You get the coochie that way, or it's just they not trying to pay registration.
So what happened when you get the coochie, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next game, a tight game, he can't get in.
Can't get in.
Can
Team
you still
first.
Can
I'm
you
teaching
still
a
get
lesson.
in?
It's about the team. Your mom took one for the team. That you gotta sit on this bench and take one.
Yo,
No, you can't do that. Listen, we won me and my co-host GB the national championship down Disney a couple years. That's the whole country. And I won a bunch of city championships. We both won without each other. You can't win like that with any favoritism.
No, and that's why it's funny when you be like, they want playing time, they don't want pay registration. Like, this shit really don't work very well. Like, they just be throwing darts at the dartboard and just try to get something straight. Like, that's what it really boiled down to for real. And side note, we qualified for Florida in basketball. We couldn't afford to go, so salute to y'all.
It's hard getting that money, man.
It's hard as fuck, bro. We wound up in Maryland the same week.
No, it's hard. We gonna ride to Maryland to play. I respect the coach for doing something, but it's hard to get to Disney, man. You talking about 30,000, and you talking about kids from poverty. Most of my kids, if they couldn't afford to play, I wasn't kicking them off. We found the money. We begged.
We got here together.
Coaches put their money up, man. We figured it out. Shout out, man. I think it was I don't want to tell the wrong mayor, but I think it was Mayor Nutter, man, for my cheerleaders. For 2 years, he had a fund, man. He paid for them to go down. Awesome. So we ain't had to pay for that.
That's beautiful.
The rest of you got to grind. Fish fries, begging.
We was washing cars. We was standing on the corner with cones, collecting money.
Collect the money out.
We was all type of shit.
And it's still a lot.
We was falling short, bro.
It's still a lot.
We was trying to take 3 teams because all the teams used to qualify.
Oh, shit.
So we got 18 under, 15 under, 13
You trying to get in there, it's expensive.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. But
we need
salute
something.
to y'all for making it happen.
Yeah, man. Hopefully
they ain't never going to forget that shit.
No, that's a lifetime thing. I don't forget it. You know what I'm saying? It changed my life. And it saved you. If you going to do some relationship shit, man, and you down and out, man, kids make you laugh, man.
I heard that.
Kids bust on each other. They bid on each other, man. Next thing you know, man, you just, like, you get lost for a period of time and you enjoying life, man.
I remember back when the Big Face Money came out, I was working at a camp. I was supervising a camp, actually. And I'm sitting on the stage because I got counselors. Y'all pay attention to y'all groups, right? And all I hear is this one young boy said, "You ain't never see Big Face Money till you woke up on Easter Sunday." The funniest, dumbest shit I ever heard.
It don't even matter.
Bro.
Kids is crazy.
It woke me up.
You know
what I mean? They eat breakfast. Yo, I was up for the day after that. Like, it helps you, man. It boosts you.
I used to be a teacher at this school called CEP. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a disciplinary school for all the kids who got kicked the fuck out.
I do know CEP, yep.
So you dealing with some of the...
A couple of my young Jamaicans one day.
Yeah, it's a mixture of... it's a mixture of tough kids, and it's a mixture of kids that was getting bullied, who snuck a weapon in out of fear, got caught, and then they here at CEP, and they trying to live up to this reputation. But some of the funny shit happened, man.
It's a life lesson. It happens when you go to jail, too.
Yeah, you make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But a kid came in, man, with this fucking church suit on, man. He was like, my last name Payton. He like, here go Mr. Payton, look like he in civil rights. Then the nigga fall on the floor and say, this Mr. Payton dead, and did it like a film. But it was like some of the dumbest shit, man. And it was like, yo, these fucking kids out of their mind, but it was the funnest times
bro.
of my life, man. You laugh, man. You just enjoy life, man.
Absolutely. Now let's get back to you being depressed because you had a breakup and decided to make a podcast.
Yeah.
Why do everybody think a podcast is the answer to their fucking breakup?
Because you go in here and you talk shit, and you get to say it's subliminal shit to the person you want to say.
Oh, all right.
No, I'm joking. That's not the.
You
do get to get it off sometime, but that ain't.
In some ways, but that's healthy. I'm with that. Like,
it's therapy.
I'm with that because that doesn't hurt nobody unless you just blatantly trying to be disrespectful. When you're trying to have conversations and get to some kind of understanding, or when you're being vulnerable publicly, you can get a lot out of that.
Bro,
shit.
you learn.
You can get a lot out of that
others,
shit.
man.
You get a lot out of that shit, man.
And I'd say this about myself, and a lot of people don't say this shit. I got real friends that tell me when I'm wrong, right?
Mhm.
And that's hard to find.
Mhm.
When they first tell me, I'm in like kind of denial mode. I can't really hear you, but I am a person who self-reflects. So I'll go home that night. It may take 2-3 days later for me to fucking self-reflect and be like, you know what, that motherfucker right. I need to fucking fix that about myself. A lot of people don't got that, man.
I think that for a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of men that I talk to, early to mid 30s, they started having them conversations with themselves and started stop blaming and started looking inward, because sometimes it come from multiple failed relationships.
Oh yeah.
Male, counterpart relationships.
Right.
Sometimes it come from homie relationships or whatever have you. Sometimes it comes from looking at your bank account and your life and being like, I'm not where I want to be or whatever have you. But at some point, when you get around that 34, 35 mark,
That maturity
you start
kicked
thinking
in.
like, yo, it's over for this. It's over for that. I ain't got time for that. This don't deserve my energy.
You didn't grow into yourself,
and now
man.
you start glowing again.
Yeah.
You start looking young again.
All these grades, man. Listen, before I started this fucking podcast, I ain't have all these grades for
But
the
the
record.
funny shit about the grays and the beards, bro, you can still see through that.
You
If
can.
you niggas take these hats off, we can still see that this is a happy gentleman.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even drinking, right? So I got a lot of homies from the block. Shout out Hunting Park. Shout out Jerome Street, right? And even the younger kids that grew up, that's like in their 20s and 30s now. They know I don't drink, I don't smoke, right? But I tell them, only do this shit when you're having a good time.
I heard that.
Don't do this when you down
heard
and
that.
depressed, and because this shit, this don't drinking, smoking, none of that shit don't bring you out of. You
It ain't
feel
gonna
like
boost it.
it's temporary. Now when you having a good time, it's different. I'm keeping it real. I have drunk before. I even smoked before I tried it. Having
I'm
a
sure,
good, everybody. You know what I'm saying? The community
Just
come
say
on,
where
you
you
gonna
from.
try it. Yeah. So yeah, that. But you having a good time. It has a different effect on the brain. It has a different effect on your progress the next morning. It's just you don't never want to do this when you down.
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Enjoy
I'm with
it.
you on it. I'm with
Yeah,
you on
so-
it. And it's crazy because they don't call me Barstool for nothing. I spent a lot of time in bars. And I've seen people change.
Oh,
I've seen
100.
people that, you got your regulars. Every Thursday, 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's the same group of people in there. And then one week, there's one person that always come, she drinking a little more than
little
she
more.
usually do. And then now she's not controlling her liquor. And then next week after that, she's being violent. And now she's risking being banned from the bar that's her living room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somewhere it's been a safe haven for her for
her
years.
She progressively getting worse.
So I've plenty of times had to tell the people, security or whoever, management, whatever, like, yo, think about it.
Yeah.
Think about her. Let's figure this out
Let's
first.
figure it out. Mike can
You
help.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's.
Don't ban her, tell her to take a break, whatever. We don't know what they're going through.
You don't.
And it's not just she. I'm using she as
Yeah,
an
she as an example.
But I've seen it so
Suicidal,
many
you
times
don't
from
know
so
what it
many
happened
different type
from.
of people in different perspectives of life. Like it's not
That's all of us.
it's not absolute.
That's all of us, man.
Yeah, man.
We all go through some kind of trauma that if we don't have a certain support system, bro, we don't know which way we'll go.
Absolutely.
And that's from the healthiest to whatever. So I got some family members with mental health, right? Issues.
We all do.
Crazy motherfuckers in my family. There's a few of them, right? Keep it a bean,
I got
right?
some loose
We all got
motherfuckers.
loose.
I say they loose.
A few screws loose. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, even me with it running in the family, I'm mindful of the shit I put in my body, right? Because I believe a lot of that shit, chemical imbalance or whatever. So I feel like if I start smoking or doing something, I fuck around, might lose it. You gotta know yourself. And you gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's tough to say.
No, you
but
have to.
everything ain't for everybody, man.
No, first of all, that's the most important thing to say. And then the other thing is, make sure you know what you get and where you getting it from and what it do. You know what I'm saying?
What's the
Like,
shit you gave me? Let me check. I seen dead bodies and soldiers. And what I'm drinking here. Show the people at home. Maybe y'all know about this.
Espelon.
I'm marketing. This episode is brought to you by
Espelon.
Espelon. Some tequila.
Okay, do me a favor, open the door.
I see a goddamn skeleton killing a chicken. Everything over here. I don't know if you should be drinking this.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. A
That's
lot
some
of
good
people, a lot of people drink what's popping. Some people drink what's good, what's quality.
This smooth though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and stuff that you don't even have to mix with other things to be able to tolerate.
Right.
And that's one of those things that if you know tequila, you know good tequila, you know when you don't go beyond a certain price point, that's a goodie.
That's a good one.
That's a goodie. You know what I'm saying? But like, I drink Cavassier, and this ain't no commercial. But
Oh yeah, I'm sorry if I advertised somebody I wasn't
no, you
supposed to.
good. You ain't heard nothing. I said the name.
All right, there
But
we
when
go.
when everybody jumped into their Henny kick, I already was on my Cavassier joint. And mind you, I could drink Henny, I could drink any cognac, but I prefer Cavassier. Now where everybody went to tequila, I'm still drinking Cavassier.
That's
You see what I'm
that's your
saying?
thing,
Like,
yeah.
I know what doesn't give me a hangover.
Yeah.
I know how much of it to drink.
And when Busta and them put that song out, it was a hit.
I was already there.
He was already
I was
on it.
already there. I was like, finally. Because, like, people was crumbing, like, fuck is the water?
Come on, man.
You know, you in the hood, niggas don't even know how to say
Yeah,
it.
they can't pronounce
It was a joke. And I'm just like, my parents been drinking this shit for 30
Yeah,
years. Like,
they don't know.
I drunk all the cheap shit. Now this is where I'm at until I can get to what is now the Douce level.
I like Telesport.
See,
Ain't that some shit?
You wanna.
They be like, you don't drink. I love Telesport. This shit
wanna.
tastes great.
you drinking orange juice?
No, I drink it
Drink it
straight,
straight?
and
All
it
right.
tastes amazing.
Because
And they told me,
drinkers,
they said
drink it all
that'll fuck
type
you
of ways.
up, and that is some worse shit.
Telesport will ruin your life, and you smell like Telesport.
Damn, I don't know.
It's well, you know when it's in you.
I love it though.
When
I'm
it's
telling
in
you,
you and it's on you, they shit you can do
I
about
like
it.
some TP, man.
I mean, see, and this is the thing with me. I don't judge unless you drinking absolute garbage.
I got you.
Like, I don't see why a grown adult will want to drink something called Four Locos.
Oh yeah, that's just poison.
Like, I don't even know why you would want to put yourself in that conversation.
That's just poison.
You see what I'm saying?
That Four
I don't
Loko
care
some serious-
what it had in it. It looked like it was
It
made
looked like a
for
thing.
niggas. It got graffiti on the can. They not drinking this shit.
You
too.
know what I'm saying?
This might be how they get the microchip in you. Did you see they clone Tyrone?
No, I heard it's amazing. I can't wait to get a second
It's
to watch
decent. I fucks with it. Yo, Cash.
You want me to come in?
it. Cash,
You
what's up,
coming,
bro?
man?
Cash, you act like you don't know me, man. Come up in the.
Come on, man.
What's up, brother?
What's up with y'all?
Hey,
You can
man.
hang out for a second if you want, man. Go ahead.
I can come on camera and shit.
Come on, dap up, man. We doing
Shake
this,
the
man.
man hand.
How you doing,
Cash,
bro?
what's up, bro?
I ain't want to intrude, bro. I thought I was supposed to be being sneaky and shit like that.
You good? We might even keep this. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Keep it, man. Keep it.
Yeah, so when they clone Tyrone, right? The whole thing, you know, we always joke about like that's how they get the microchip in you.
Right?
And I always thought about like flavored blunts and shit that just look like you supposed to roll weed in it. That's not really a cigar.
It's not really a
And
cigar.
it's not a backwood. It's like scary to me.
Right.
And like certain kind of alcohol, because I remember they had Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, shit.
When Hypnotic was out, they made a blue one.
They made a blue Mad Dog?
They made a blue Mad Dog,
remember
and
that.
it had a gold chain sticker around it that said 2020 on the piece.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, they made this specifically for you, nigga.
Yeah.
But now that's basically what they clone Tyrone is about. Like they and this ain't gonna be a spoiler because it's gonna be a few weeks before this come out.
No,
but
don't spoil it.
But they get it. They get control of you through grape juice, chicken, and hair weaves. I think it
Oh,
was.
shit. If it's
So-
hair weave, all the black chicks is done.
Bro, you talk about going to church and drinking the grape
The
juice.
communion, they go
Communion.
all the black.
Bro.
That's heavy.
But it's funny because that's always been my little joke with certain things that we know that they make for us to do stuff we ain't
Yeah.
supposed to be doing with it.
You know, we ain't supposed
It's
to do
like,
this
hold
shit.
up, man.
Yeah, that shit.
What's different about this one? Cause they don't sell these out there.
Yeah, oh, you know it.
You know what I mean?
It's
They
all
don't sell
a
these
lot
out
of
there.
it's strategic. You know how it goes.
It's always strategic. It's always strategic,
man.
But what have you what do you feel like you gained since you started out wanting to just have a voice?
Mm-hmm.
What have you gotten from a podcast that you didn't expect to?
I think more so, realizing that we were helping so many people, right?
Deep.
So when we do the show, our show is very difficult to do, which people don't know. It's like telling the real, pushing cancel culture, and also trying to be comedic all at the same time. And that's tough to do. So you got podcasts where people come and they give you real relationship advice, and it can be great. Or you got shows where people just come joke and fuck around all day. So to kind of fuse it and still try to help somebody is it gives you the most joy. So I done had so many people reach back out and say thank you. I was thinking about suicide, bro. You know what I'm saying? One guy, man, we told him, man, kick the chick out and her kids, man, and fuck her and start your new life. You're getting done dirty. He called us on Instagram FaceTime the next day and said, man,
Half the closet going,
I
nigga.
listened to y'all. we like, damn, you kicked her out? He said, yeah, man. He said, man, what you do with the kids? He said, they had to go too. So we like, damn, this nigga is hard. Like, we talking shit, we push it like, we'll tell you, throw your girl off a roof on this show.
Don't do that.
But it's metaphorically.
But that's power, though.
It's metaphorically like, yo, I don't care what you do, you gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
And he called us back a couple months later on FaceTime with his new woman, and he said, man, I've never been more happier in my life, man. I thank y'all.
And you know what I would have told him? Appreciate her, and also realize just because it feels better don't mean it's forever. You got to enjoy the time while it's there. Just deal with what you got to find. He had a girl. Damn, all right, no, you wouldn't know who he was. I'm trying not to give his name. He had a girl, man, right? Who wanted to move her. She was sending money to the jail, right? Taking letters secretly from the jail back and forth with her ex. Then asked him to move the ex upstairs, the top floor of the duplex. Oh, she tried to baby boy.
She tried to kill him. So it's like, yo, bro, nah, you can't tolerate this. You paying all the bills. You know what I'm saying?
How do we get there?
Bro, how do we
get there?
I mean, you in constant communication with this nigga and everything. Like, so, just, God, sometimes people know the answers when they send us questions. If y'all don't know how to talk heavy work, people DM us all these relationship scenarios and questions, and they want answers. But I think they want us to say, yo, you're a fucking asshole. Get it the fuck together. Like, man, fuck her. They want that because I think they just need that extra push to say, you know what? That's how I really feel anyway. But I know these niggas gonna tell me it straight up.
Does that give you a weight? Do you think harder before you respond to things, or do you feel the need to just go with your first?
I think through the midst of the show, we may throw out some fuckery, right? That's not good advice. Where we're joking and playing around. But in the midst of it, we reel it back in and we give them the bar. We give them the bars. You know what I'm saying? We give them the real bars. So you get to still get it off. You still get it off. But you gotta, if you watch our show, you gotta know we're here to entertain too. Right. So we got fans at home that want to tell you like, yo.
Well, see, that's the thing. When you have fans, people that watch you more than 3 times, they'll get it. They understand completely. They get everybody's different idiosyncrasies. They could picture everybody by their voice at that point. Things like that. You see what I'm saying?
And they know your backstory.
When you get a little jump, like you might have somebody on there that got a following, and then you get them randoms on there that's like, well, that's not how it's supposed to be, because that's not careful.
Why would you say that about the gay community?
And it's like, yo.
Yeah, they don't get it.
But you got to cater to your audience.
That's all you can worry
about.
So
how far does the line go? Like, where's the balance?
We push it. I'm going to tell you why I push it, right? And this is always my theory, and you know, the type job I got, I'm sure I could be terminated for some of the shit I say. I feel like if I can make jokes about black people, I can make jokes about the gays, I can make jokes about special needs, I can make jokes or whatever. Because when those type of people come on our show, whether it's gay, special needs, whatever, they know it's not a malicious thing. Right?
I don't like how you pointed to me, said gay, then pointed to the right.
I'm sorry, no pun intended on the point.
He said gay.
I'm pointing left and right.
He said special needs. Like, he didn't even point to the shelf. He just came back to me. I'm both.
So we had my co-host said that he had for a chick with autism. So listen, bash. They pulled out the picket signs. Get this fucking show off the air. So then the real question, I'm gonna give it to you real. The real question is, are you telling me that people with autism should only mess with people with autism? Are we limited who they should be able to love?
That's a fair point, but I work with people on the spectrum.
How? But hold on,
there's a spectrum.
Thank you. That's what I want you to do.
There's a spectrum.
But to the person who don't have brains,
it just feels like,
it
feels like that word we're not supposed to say no more.
Whatever that word is, we say it.
Right.
Yeah. That word, it feels like it. So you gotta be somewhat intelligent to watch our show. You gotta somewhat have thick skin.
But see, that's where it gets weird because y'all could go viral off a clip. Y'all go viral off of a segment. So somebody might hear something y'all say and be like, "That's my type folk," and then hear the other 15 minutes. God damn. That's what led up to the shit I like so much.
Yeah, that's how crazy.
You see what I'm saying? But I like y'all being unapologetic and pushing the line because I also understand that you're intelligent and you know what the difference between what's what.
Right.
And like you said, like I identified earlier when you said it, y'all identify the difference.
Yeah.
So like I love that because at some point, like, what the fuck? When are we free?
When are we free?
When are we free?
All that freedom is
this my platform?
It's no freedom of speech.
Until some conglomerate picks me up and puts a real budget, I don't want to hear about nothing I can't say if I'm not intentionally hurting nobody's feelings.
I'm not. No intentions.
No, so
No
I love
intentions.
that. I love
Yeah,
that.
man.
I love that.
And
Who designs y'all merch? No, skip that.
Oh, let me tell you who designed the merch. My co-host GB. This is what he wants to do. He's like, I'm
Y'all
trying
be
to.
having some work. I need some shit too.
You gotta talk to him.
I mean, I'll pay for it. Is it a site?
No. First of all, I'm gonna get you some shit. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna get
alright,
you. Don't worry about
alright,
that.
alright.
But what I'm saying is,
I want that green shirt. But go
yeah,
ahead.
that shit fly.
It
It
don't
come
have
with
to
a
be
short
that color.
set. It come with a short set.
It could be whatever color. I just like that design.
So we had an argument, right? Because it's pretty expensive merch, but he makes sure he goes out and tests the
Quality
fabrics.
work.
He goes test the fabrics, and he got to connect wherever his connect is. And we argued and we battled, and it was taking so long, and then I had to step back. That's that man's passion. He like, yo, I want this shit that's quality of Gucci,
You know what I know?
Louis. He said, this is my
When
quality.
everybody make varsities,
Uh-huh.
you could tell who got their joints from where, bro.
You can tell. And that's what he tell me. Like, yo, you like that? He's like, the stitching. Look at the metal clips on your hoodie. That's the cheaper version. So
You don't want your sleeves to rub off on your coat and then your joint be a
the
whole
way
nother-
it's fitted, the way it
It
washed.
gotta be right.
So he went through a whole thing of just testing out for years, and it was like 3 years. I'm like, yo, we popping. We need to sell these shirts. He like, you thinking merch? I'm thinking clothing line. And I had to step back and say, you know what? Do your thing, bro. I need to stay in my lane. I'm not even a great dresser any fucking way.
Right.
I'm gonna move out the way.
You
I'm
be
gonna
fly.
let you build.
I don't like I said right there. You be fly.
No, but not some
But you
days.
that's not your thing. Is
It's
what
not my
you're saying.
thing. Yeah.
Cause and even I'm thinking, cause I was telling people a couple days ago, right?
Mhm.
I went to this show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
That's
Wiz
cool.
and
Yeah. Shout out.
you know what I mean, Snoop, 2 Show. We had a ball.
Oh, that's
but
a nice show.
I watched the Cool Kicks YouTube joints and
Mhm.
complex, and they be at them expos,
Right.
and it be like an old Snoop Dogg or Master P T-shirt. It's a little faded, and it got the big like this on it,
Right.
right? $6,000,
It's crazy.
$2,000,
You don't
bro.
work for this shit.
So if people are holding this shit for 20, 30 years,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be worth something, y'all gonna have a value, then it's worth the time to take to start it off the right way.
Right way. And that's the thing. And wherever put it out right, then it just put anything out. I want you to buy a Talk Heavy shirt, right? Or hoodie or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I want when that shirt then finally gets stolen, I want you to say, damn, I gotta get me another one. That was
joint
my
fits
favorite
so fucking
hoodie.
dope.
I don't want it
I
like,
could wear it with the yeah.
I put it together with this.
Yeah.
If you buy my shirt and it's like, I'm just supporting you, I'm only
No,
getting
that's
one sale.
right.
I'm getting one sale.
That's right. You
You're
don't
never
even
gonna
keep
buy
doing
another
that.
shirt.
Right,
So
right.
I had to step back and say, gee, you know what? You fly with this shit.
That's
You
wisdom.
got unique. I gotta let you go, man.
You
Now I
respect-
want my cut off the proceeds now. Listen, I still want my fucking money.
You ain't lying.
But
your wisdom told you to respect his wisdom.
I gotta respect his wisdom.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
it.
like, and we all got them homies. I got a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
That really do that. They put pieces together. They grab shit you wouldn't even think of putting with shit. And you be like, yo,
You nice. Yeah, you nice.
body damn. But like, I'm big. You can see. I put my name on everything. You know what I'm saying?
As you
Like,
should.
I'm
marketing
big.
you marketing it.
I'm big on merch, but I was a marketing major in college.
So you get it.
You see what
So
I'm saying?
I had business undergrad. I did student affairs for grad school. A lot of people don't even know I did a whole bunch of schooling and shit. But you know from marketing, bro, what you doing. I could observe every detail because it takes sometimes you take what 7 times before something gets stuck in your head.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna make sure I see 7 times before I get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna make sure that even when you like, yo, what do they talk about? You start looking around the room, you see something new all of a sudden, like, oh shit, that wasn't
The brain is registering it, man. But I mean, coming from a football world, I know you're only as strong as your team, man.
That part.
And so
Shout out to Fine Productions.
And your crew back here, they on point, man. They're like, yo, this not right. Pause. You need that team, man. The moment that you think is me and you can do it by yourself, you lost.
I tell people all the time, man, I do the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
Fine Productions and whoever else is helping DJs, they do the heavy lifting. They got to set up, organize, do up. I talk shit.
You got to do your part.
I talk
That's
shit.
an important part.
Sometimes I rap.
That's
It's just like, you know what I'm saying?
That's an
Like,
important part.
and I understand that.
Yes.
And I understand that there's no show without the entertainer. But I also understand there's no show without a fucking show.
Yeah, if you just hear it by yourself, believe me,
Me and
it's
you
no,
it is.
I
Just
mean,
the memory.
I'm going to tell somebody, like, yo, it was a nice
Yo,
performance.
we was so drunk. This nigga started rapping for 3 hours, and I never wanted to tell him to shut up.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
me and you.
It's just me and you.
It's an
don't
urban
matter.
legend. It never happened. It wasn't even on
It's
camera.
growth, man. And I'm big on things like this, right? So You got some people who advise us like, oh, y'all can't do that show, man. It's not big enough. I don't fuck with that. People, you gotta do shows that's higher than your show. And I get that, man. I'm about energy. So, because how did they get to be the bigger show? They started somewhere.
Absolutely.
So how the fuck am I gonna say I'm not doing this? This might be the next big show, another show. You know what I'm saying?
I'm from Philly. I perform on the same stages as Enes, Chris, Siegel, all the people I grew up looking up to.
That's it.
They be in the same rooms I be in.
And that's how it's going to be.
And not on no disrespectful shit. Sometimes they showing love. Sometimes they there for a check. I'm on the same stage.
I'm on the same stage.
And these niggas that went around the world.
And that's it. And so you don't know when it's your turn to go around the world. That's the thing. The person who looked down on anything, man, like, what the fuck are you doing? You already lost.
I learned from the OGs it's pointless, man. You know how often, like, even some of the names I named, they be quick to be like, yo, Sammie, it's been a minute. You want me to come back through?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Come
Absolutely.
through the pod. Like, shit like that. And it's like, yo, that's love.
That's love.
That's love.
That's love.
Because I'll do the same. I try to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't, you know, I don't believe in big eyes and little U's. I'm fucking with Swiss on that. I believe on either you here, you ain't.
You here, you ain't.
Either I want to be around you or I don't.
It's about energy, bro. And that's hard. It's hard. The people who do our pod, I can honestly say a lot of times, it's the energy. They come back, man. They come back. It's no charge. It's nothing. I want to be there because either they're going through something. Like we had some real popular people on that. They're going through their own relationship shit and they just really want to talk to us. I don't mind putting that on your platform because I fuck with y'all.
Right.
And I know it's not judgmental.
And y'all not gonna crumb.
What people don't.
Y'all not gonna crumb me. Even if y'all crack jokes, y'all not gonna crumb me.
No, it's a difference.
And we not gonna be talking about it the next 3 weeks after I leave.
No, we're
at
not
my
talking.
expense.
So here's the thing.
That's important.
After the pod, what people don't know, bro, we're usually there 2 and 3 hours.
Right.
Talking, building each other up. And this is the guest. This is us. This is us giving some of our most. We already give you so much intimate shit on the show, but we do it in a joking way, so you don't a lot of times know the hurt.
Yeah.
You don't get the hurt. You might get a joke, and I'll tell you like, man, I was hurt like shit. But that's different from me talking to you as a friend. Like, man, that shit fucked me up
Like,
when I had to
some
move.
real shit. Remember when you said the joint earlier?
Yeah, I cried.
I was. That's where I was at.
That's where I was at.
That's where I was at.
And so it's 2 different shows. I would love to do another show that was similar to what we do after the show.
But that's progression. That's next level.
It's so hard to do because we're giving up
A lot.
You're giving up so much of them
I know
emotions.
when people don't be having a rush out of here, bro, the shit we get into, they won't.
Some of that shit ain't for the world.
It ain't.
And we give a lot to the world.
Yeah.
But we do it in a way where you wouldn't think we was as hurt or how much
also,
it affect.
you do it after having that conversation with yourself and understanding where you're at and what you want, what you can and
big
can't deal
time.
with.
Big time.
And how to be honest about it, because you can say some shit on camera and be trying to man up.
Yep.
And all the men that really been there is looking like, this nigga is fake as shit.
They will grind. So the crazy thing, you'll be surprised how many people watch your show and know your body language.
Yes.
So you could be capping, no nigga Slice capping every time that nigga fucking start playing with his hat, you know he lying.
But you know some people is like natural feds. They know when people lying to when they look at that shit, man.
So I just try to, I just give them everything. I pour my heart out, and then there's certain things that we talked about. So when I started this show, right? I hate to say this shit. I started the show. I said, I'll talk about any fucking thing. You just can't mention this one story about my mom, right? That's the one rule I had. I was like, I'll give you my whole life. Just leave this one story out. Because GB, our moms were best friends. That's my co-host.
So he know too much.
He know too much. And you know the first
That's
time.
a great friend who knows too
First
much.
time he got a chance, he fucking put
Let
the
it
story out there
fly.
about my mom. Not the first time. It's probably like 80 episodes in. And I said on him, I'm about to sucker punch the shit out of you. 'Cause I had one rule when doing this show. You waited fucking. But at the end of the day, to be honest, besides protecting her feelings, I'm an open book.
And that's the thing. Now, you were in a similar position to me. You had an idea.
Right?
You told somebody that you knew could make the idea come to fruition that you had an idea.
Right.
How does it feel to have not only a team get on board, but an audience get on board with something that you can literally leisurely say, It was like COVID. I was
We just
depressed.
fucking around,
I
yeah.
just decided that I lied to my man. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you realize
That's crazy when you say it. It's crazy.
I don't think you listen to yourself.
Yeah, I don't think I
I
analyze
think you
as
keep moving
much.
so fast.
We working.
And the progress is a beautiful thing, so you don't want to miss those moments. But you literally leisurely said,
Yeah.
I was just,
Yeah, we fucking
COVID
around.
and shit.
I told my co-host, man, listen, we do this shit, man. Let's just give it a year.
But how does that feel, though? What does it feel like to people to have the right vision for so many people?
It's the
It
love.
gives people purpose that do the job. It gives people purpose that listen to it.
It's the love.
Like,
It's
what
the
are we
love.
talking
We was
about?
in I don't want to lie. We was in Atlanta, and we was somewhere else, not Atlanta. We went down to Charlemagne the God's fucking festival. What the hell is that
Oh,
shit
in South
called?
Carolina.
Black Effect. Thank you.
Oh,
So
the Black Effect joint. Yeah, that is.
we go down there, man, and we buy Airbnb and we set up shop. This is a studio now. We did a couple episodes out of it. We're like, we're going to work wherever we at.
As you should.
We got couple guys that's popping in
I
New
think
York,
I might
Rico
record on
Hundo to
vacation.
jump on. Yeah, yo, take your shit with you. Always record. But while I was there, the amount of love from people from Georgia and different places, I was like, yo,
Y'all paying
you motherfuckers
attention?
watching this shit?
I keep
And when
explaining
it's
to people, we
unbelievable.
don't see no faces on them numbers.
No, we don't.
We have no idea. You could be my best friend and tell me all the time that you proud of me. I don't know what you seen until you start running down moments to me, and I'm like, oh, you really tapped in?
Yeah.
Yo,
You tapped in.
We don't. Take
But
any of
imagine
that for granted.
strangers miles
but
and
that's what
miles
I'm
away,
saying.
man. We've been in Georgia. We went to fucking Arizona.
Shit, look at your analytics. The motherfuckers overseas tapping in.
They tapping in.
regularly.
Right, every week.
Regularly.
Our live show, shout out Kristen. She donates a lot to the show, man. I mean, she's been giving us thousands of dollars.
Oh, shout out to
One
her.
person, shout out Kristen. She in Bermuda. We had a couple
Wow.
live shows. She flew over,
Wow.
jumped on the plane. I was like, it's so
No, that's different.
so it was so dope, man. We gave her an episode. We put
I'm
on an
about to
episode.
say she's squad now.
She's squad. You get on the episode, and not
Squad
because of the
now.
money. It's the distance.
No,
it's the love.
it's the care.
support.
It's the
She
care.
don't have to give us another dollar,
You
bro.
care.
You care. This is
You gave a fuck.
You-
You wanted to see something grow, and you dedicated whatever. And people always want to talk about how light that might be to a person. Well, it's a trillion other people that could have got that love, and we got it.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
And you know what I mean? God bless her.
So Dev told us some shit. Shout out Devin Wade, man. You know
He's a wise young man.
he's
And I don't
wise.
mean young
Man.
as in
No,
belittle
he's
him.
wise, man. And I feel like Dev is a very good person, right?
Dope.
But
Because I don't know that about him. But
yeah, I think he's a
I see
very
the wisdom.
it's good humor. I mean, it's good
no,
humans.
I feel
out
like
here.
he's a good dude,
Right.
but I can't vouch for that through a screen.
So early in the game, because he just came off $1 million worth of game, and that exploded so crazy. So shout out, Gilly and Wallow, the Philly boys who made it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Guiltily, that's when I found out who he was.
Right. That's how a lot of people.
And then I started paying attention to his progression.
Yeah. So shout outs to them, but it was little things. It was like, damn, we only got fucking 800 views. This is like, we looking at it. He like, you don't understand. I know. We comparing, and GB say it all the time. Comparison is the thief of joy. I can't. He said if you put 800 people in this room, do you know how many motherfuckers is watching this week? And at the time, I'm looking at everything else. I'm like 800. That's it. And it took time for me to understand when we did a live show and it's 350 and it's loaded and I'm feeling the love. I'm like, damn, 350 is a lot of people.
And we was talking about 800.
And we talking about 800. I gotta be thankful. And the more thankful I became, I watched the numbers grow. 1,000,
absolutely.
10,000, 100,000 views.
Some
Some
preaching
shit.
now.
I mean,
gospel now.
no, I'm not even trying to preach. I'm
because
just keeping
these
it.
are things that I understand that a lot of people don't. And there are a lot of people that watch us that are learning the game and that are trying to grow in the game, and they are judging their platform based on the wrong scale.
They looking at the wrong
They looking
scale.
at it the wrong way, and what you just said is actually the perfect way to explain it to a
I don't
motherfucker,
know how to
bro.
explain. Dev gave it to me, so I'm giving it to
but
somebody.
like,
Yeah.
Dev, like I said, he's a wise man, but that's ill because that makes sense. I tell people all the time, man, 90-something% of the people in this world will never stand on a podium stage or whatever and have a room's full attention.
Yeah. That's a lot. Yeah.
Just
That's
think
heavy.
about it. And I'm not talking about the biggest room.
Mm-mm.
I'm talking about motherfuckers couldn't get recognized in a classroom all the way up to somebody that people want to see.
That's crazy. That's
It's
crazy.
a huge gap.
It's hard to watch
It's
the
everything
process.
in between that.
It's hard to enjoy the process if you're not consciously doing it, and that's what you just said. I skip over shit because
you good.
Because I'm looking down the road.
I
man.
be trying to break it down for the folk because you really just said the shit that I be trying to explain to people on all type of career levels. Like, we all know young rappers. Yo, OG, you know I'm nice. It be 40 of us on the block. I'm trying to tell niggas we can have a movement. Niggas ain't moving.
You're not moving.
And I'm like, but you not moving.
You're not moving.
You waiting for 20 niggas to say they gonna go.
You gotta move by yourself until they'll start to follow.
You gotta create momentum, bro.
So I'm big on us as Philadelphians, right? Working together.
Absolutely, me too.
And what I mean by that, we come from that culture of Philly where, and I don't know if it's the same, but we always hated on each other. It's like, I gotta be the top dog, right? And in a game where is endless money,
that's the dumbest shit in the world.
I don't listen.
If the algorithm ain't taught you motherfuckers nothing, it's that whenever we cross promote, we have a bigger.
Together we're bigger. We're bigger.
Like, what else does it say? Me coming on your platform, you coming on my platform, us going to love, and then what? Like, you know what I mean?
We sharing.
Chocolate chip and sip, all of them joints.
We sharing.
It's like, oh no. Not only does it affect people in real time that's on our timeline and our news feed to validate, oh, that boy really official.
They
but
work.
Also, in the YouTube algorithm,
it picks it up. They know what's going on.
It puts us on your feed at some point.
At some point, we work.
One of my old videos go pop up. You go be like, "Damn, that's crazy," because you follow this man.
That's how it go.
And we done been on a couple platforms.
We
together.
gotta love each other. And that's
we have
hard.
to. See, I wanted to say something real quick.
Ahead.
I think that what we get mistaken when you say we need to work together. Everybody don't have to work together.
No.
We are in a city with so much talent in a half-a-mile radius that you could just get along with who you get along with and make the most of it.
And make the most of it.
And let them introduce you to like-minded individuals.
This city's small, bro. It's
20 minutes long with no traffic.
You get in the car, you can get to any part of the city in 20 minutes, just like you just said.
With no traffic.
I think for me, like, people always hit me up in the inbox, right? Not only with questions, but a lot of rappers. Yo, how can I get on your show, right? How much do it cost? And our slogan is just be dope. So now, what that means is I don't give a fuck your name. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit because at some point in time, I walked in this studio. I mean, outside of football and people knowing me for what I do in my own personal life. We all had a life. But in this podcast world, I'm sitting here day one like everybody else. So my job is to make sure that I'm dope as a podcaster. Your job, if you gonna send me some music, send some shit. Have something. Have some music. You can't tell me I got one song.
You remind me of something that I think relates to podcasting and music.
I used to be in the music business a little bit.
Fetty Wap shop Trap Queen for 3 or 4 years in and around New York City, straight before it took off.
Right.
You gonna tell me Trap Queen wasn't a hit the first year? Like it wasn't a great.
It wasn't a great song.
Record the first year.
I think this
like we can't do that to people. Like if it's dope, it's dope.
Was it Get At Me Dog or one of them joints that was 8 years old?
It was one of them joints with some shit he had been doing. It might have been Get At Me Dog because it was a rough copy.
Yeah, but we can't let other people's opinion dictate what works in our own circle.
You can't tell me who I want to sit down with for an hour and have a conversation.
Can't tell me.
You can't tell me who I want to promote. Like I can't gauge it based on what you like and
your
what
opinion.
you want to.
You're one person, and it's a big fucking.
And
world.
I got to format this hour.
Yeah.
And I got to format letting people know the climate, the kind of energy that I like in my music.
You've been doing this for a while. I don't know how long you've been doing this particular show, but I know you've been doing I think the Glockerware stuff for a minute.
I had 98.5 FM.
You've been doing a lot for a while, but tell me this: what's been your biggest fear over the time? Like, do you got any fears or anything? Because a lot of people turn around once it look like anything could go wrong. And that's what make people podcasts and shit drop off so quick.
Everything kind of happened positively so fast. Let me explain.
I get it.
I get with Glockerware. Within 2 months, I'm asked to come to 98.5 FM for their first their only live show.
Oh, shit.
I'm like third, fourth mic. I wound up like D mic, damn near A mic within a month.
Okay, right? You rolling.
Cool. Then I meet K, had a couple conversations with K. We figure out how to start what had been my dream since I didn't know what podcasting was. It was an idea that I had for internet radio station that wanted me to have a remote show, SippinwitSammie. So I figured out the whole format. I just didn't have no way to produce it.
Mm-hmm.
She told me that we could figure out how to produce it. So now I'm on 3 different platforms with a bunch of people. I got co-hosts and stuff that are bringing in artists and entertainers and entrepreneurs that I don't know. My network is growing exponentially fast. So the attention to the Sippin' with Sammie brand started like really getting energy more than I really recognized, earlier than I recognized. So my only problem was, my biggest worry was, what am I missing? What am I skipping? Is there a step? Is there something I should be doing? Because it's all happening so fast.
So quickly, yeah.
And like I went from getting my first check a few years ago to host a show on Delaware Ave. I might have asked her for like $1.50 to host. She overpaid me. And I had a great time. To a few years later, I'm standing in front of 20,000 white people hosting festivals.
That's how you do it.
Like, this was all part of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, so my only thing was, what else should I be ordering for the brand? What else should we be doing?
Yeah, just constantly putting the
How
business.
do we make this platform solid enough so I can call in some of those quote-unquote favorites, some of them big dogs we know, and not feel like they wouldn't be impressed with what we doing.
What we doing?
And you know,
you
want
to make sure your quality is shit.
That's
right.
my biggest thing.
Yeah.
What am I missing? That's been the whole thing. I have never worried about the platform as a whole because I have a very smart motherfucker behind this camera. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ken.
Yeah, shout out.
But at the same time, I'm business minded and I already had a network. So once people realized that I was doing media, it's like motherfuckers damn near forgot I did music, and then I got a couple good records, and it was like, oh shit!
Oh yeah, he's hot. I forgot.
Came together,
Yeah,
bro.
man. And
So I got to go in a lot of rooms and say my slogan,
I fucks with that.
and it caught on.
It caught on.
Nobody had to care. That's why I asked you how I feel for fucking people to care, because they didn't have to care. When I said this, Sippin' with Sammie, Sam alone, Barstool, Rug, if you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right, get your fucking life together. Niggas could have been like, who the fuck is you?
What you talking about? But yeah, but
Sip
they
with
care.
you for what?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that wasn't a bravado thing. It came from a real place because, like I said, I spent a lot of
Times
times
at
on
the bar.
Barstools sitting next to people from 20 to 80. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having conversations with people that I didn't plan on bumping into today and figuring out some real shit and learning
You
some
gonna learn
shit.
some shit. If you not judgmental, and you open your mind, you can learn from anybody.
And when you big up what people do, you get so much more in return because that boosts their energy. And energy is reciprocal.
Big time.
You see what I'm saying?
Big
And
time.
sometimes a motherfucker, you catch them, like, that's why I love happy hour. You catch a motherfucker fresh off work and the wife or whatever, or avoiding going to the wife or the husband or whatever have you.
Whatever.
But you get to remind them that what they did today was dope shit before they even get
Before
there.
they even get there.
They
And
be like,
sometimes
"No,
that
this
shit is
crazy.
life-changing,
It drove
man."
me crazy. This, that. Like, what you know how many people can't even do what the fuck you do, yo?
For sure.
What's your next thing?
For sure.
Then y'all get into some shit. Y'all might find a common ground where y'all can make some money
help each other
together.
grow, man.
Get each other out y'all jobs.
Help each other grow.
You see what I'm saying? And I try to explain to people, us working together don't mean that we have to be on the same tax.
Oh, fuck no. Fuck no.
The motherfucker that repairs the car refers you to the same paint shop for 30 years. They ain't on the same taxes, but they making money
They making
together.
money together, and that's what it's about.
All right. Long as you agree with
That's
me on that.
100%. 100. I'm sipping with Sammie. I was I tell you earlier. I'm definitely sipping.
I think that's where the game gets blurred at. Like
It
you
gets
said,
blurred, man.
we need to all work together. Not everybody, but we need to be working together.
We need to work together. It come from a place of love too, though. And it's
I heard
hard,
that.
man. We trained to be in competition, man. I ain't in no competition with you or the next man.
I wasn't trained that way.
That's a good thing.
I wasn't trained that
That's
way.
a good thing.
Even when I dabbled and did shit I wasn't supposed to be doing, I never carried it that way. I always was defensive of my folks.
That means something about you was groomed right. And that's why I sleep well. And I tell everybody I sleep well at night because I feel like my whole life I've been thorough. And that's why I feel like I've been solid. I feel like I've been kind to people. I feel like I've never shiced nobody. I feel like not that I plan to be this way or whatever or whoever instilled it. I think I sleep good at night. I don't think I got no enemies, bro.
I don't think I do.
No, I sleep good. And
anybody that don't like me is probably because I don't want to fuck with them.
yeah, it's probably they thing. It's on them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so you sleep well, man. You continue to do this, man. And your great production is coming from it. And the reward is coming.
Yeah.
If I had 100 people listening, I would be fucking greatly appreciative. And I didn't used to be that way. 800 was some bullshit. I'm like 800. If I have 50 people that's with me every week, I'm greatly. I've
But
never
mind
been
you,
more appreciative in my life.
We keep talking 800, 50, 100. Y'all numbers is out of there. So
Our numbers
y'all
out of
good
control
there.
some days.
Y'all there now.
Some days, yeah. Because people, I don't know if this happens with you. People only look at the YouTube numbers or something.
Right.
Bro, we on so many different things.
bro.
You gotta add that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
When you start adding them numbers up, you're like, damn, all right, 100,000 here, a million here,
This country, that country.
this country. You know what I'm saying?
This
For somebody
age range.
in Africa to be listening, or Japan, like, who the fuck in Japan checking out Talk Heavy? And Talk Heavy podcast.
You could get off a plane and get love somewhere you never been before.
Bro,
yo.
it's shocking. That's
You
the
know
most
that, right?
shocking. That's the
Now,
most shocking.
This is my advice that I give to people once they start getting an overseas following.
Give it to me.
Y'all got the best merch, right? Like
Right.
some of the best merch.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is you find one of them that's communicating with you regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's your size? You send 4 or 5 pieces over there. Bang.
All right.
Hit him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let him rock it. Do whatever you're gonna do with it. Then tell him to set up a show. Tell him to find you a venue. Tell him whatever he can't figure out, you can balance
We'll
out.
figure it out,
And
right.
if he can break the language barrier, y'all can make it happen.
Dang. I figure out the language barrier and we up.
I mean,
up.
it might not be one. It might be
Shit,
London.
It might,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
they
saying?
might understand
Like,
it.
but what
Like
I'm saying
accent,
is, whoever's over there that knows how to jig with the folks, if they one of them folks, we got each other's social media. If it's a fan that you can follow, you can see if he lit.
Yeah,
You
see
see
if
if
he
he's a
poppin'.
scammer. You like, we from here. We know what
we
the
gonna
twist
know
is.
the fucking scammers.
You know what the
yeah.
twist is, and you know how to travel and how to move when you travel. You know to book your own spot and all of that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And me, you and I, and not just you and I, the ones we work with. So our last show, we had Tata Sharice perform.
I just
Jalen
had
Shea
Tata on
was
here.
showing. Ray was out of town. He would have probably came
Legend.
through before.
Legend.
And my thing is, share the love with the city, man. I want people to come who love them and might get a little taste of us, and vice versa. Our people, when Tata first got us, she's like, "Oh man, them motherfuckers impatient. They here to see y'all." But as she warmed the crowd up, I'm sure she gained 350 new fans.
I
They
bet.
was going crazy. So we gotta continue to cross promote, like you said. We gotta
Absolutely.
continue to put shows together. And like I said, it might be my 10 fans. My 10 fans might make a difference. It might be one of my fans that donate heavy that could turn. We just don't know.
Bro, I was trying to find my sound in music, and I met a couple women that helped me get very expensive venues to shoot videos in for free.
For free. You'd be surprised.
And like just little stuff, recommended people to me and put me in rooms with people, and it's just like I ain't have 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
And this was already a thing. Imagine if you treat people right and you keep growing what you're doing,
You
and people
grow.
see. And that's another thing. Your starting point is your starting point. Let your audience grow with you.
That's how
Y'all show has grown.
Yeah, it's grown.
Y'all have added things. Y'all have subtracted things. Y'all have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, the audience, you know how we get personal about rappers, like, oh, y'all like the nigga now because he on the radio.
Yeah. I know what you
That's
mean.
how they feel about y'all.
Yeah.
They watched it.
So I was like that with like a Jada Kiss
Mm-hmm.
or a Nas. It's like- so it wasn't just the music. It was like I could go down Erie Avenue and get this CD for $5. But because I fuck with you, I want you to get this money. So I would go to the store and spend the $19.99 or whatever the fucking price was. Because that's the type of effect I'm hoping that we have on our fans.
That is what
I want
you
them
are
to support
cultivating
because I
right
want
now.
them to fuck with me.
I'm telling you, you are cultivating that right now.
Yeah.
I know that you said you hope to, but I see the imprint that y'all had, man. Like waves are being made,
Yeah.
and when you're making waves in the ocean, you're doing something.
It's coming. It's going
Doing
somewhere.
something.
Yeah, it's
You
going
see what I'm
somewhere,
saying?
man. We're gonna continue to build, man. We're gonna continue to build. We always got ideas for the next merch venture, the other things we talking about doing, and just trying to expand. But again, you got a wonderful team back here, man. I'm big on getting our team. I want the best people around, man.
Yeah.
But now, when I say the best, you don't gotta be the best cameraman. You don't gotta be the best style. Just be the best person. Bring that good energy around. You'll
And work
learn.
ethic. And work ethic.
We'll figure that shit out.
I
Yo, a lot
seen the
of people-
motherfucker study a camera overnight on YouTube all night. He never worked before. It was
Bro.
when the red came out.
I didn't
and
tell-
he worked that.
I
bitch
didn't
the
tell
next day.
nobody this. Our first 60 episodes was shot on iPhones.
Nothing wrong with
Before
it.
all the cameras, before we start using
Nothing
them.
wrong with it.
But nobody would know. You only know if I told you. Because, you know what I mean, the clarity, the sound quality. I mean, we had to do other things with making sure our sound was right and everything
But
to
your
match
audience
up.
noticed the difference at some point when it turned the corner. They said, "Oh, this a little better. Okay,
Man,
they get money
maybe.
there."
They
You know what they said? They get
watch
money
everything.
there.
Yeah, they watch
get money
everything.
there.
They were, oh, y'all
No,
big now.
we noticed.
Dame
bro.
Dash came through the studio, and it's been my idol. Like I fucking I don't want to give idol so hard, but I respect him to a high level.
I used to call Jay-Z my uncle, so you good.
I respect Dame because Dame always talked this boss talk.
Mhm.
Dame talked about just doing that shit,
Mhm.
like not waiting for nobody to sign Jay. We put together, we did it like so. It was Dame Dash and Master P for me, right? And I told my co-host GB, I said when we start,
Those are the biggest. That's
I
2
wanna
of the 5 biggest.
I want to be Master P. I want to make sure that we're not dependent upon nobody to get an episode out. So GB, that day taught himself how to edit. He started working for hours. It used to take him fucking 48 hours to get a fucking joint uploaded. An episode. You know what I mean? Now he's doing it a lot sooner, but
Yeah.
just teaching and learning ourselves. I'm like, all right, fucking, I gotta market myself. How,
Never picked up a camera before putting one on me.
for real? That's it. You gotta just do it. And that came from like me wanting to not ever be dependent upon nobody. That come from Dame, Master P, guys that
You know what
do
that's
food.
called?
What?
In the business world?
What is it?
You're a businessman.
Yeah.
Vertical integration.
Oh, 100.
That's vertical integration.
100. 100.
Nigga, Nipsey told y'all, I'm integrated vertical. Y'all niggas, like, they ain't even get it.
They ain't get
This
it.
ain't that rapping
Yeah,
shit you
he's
motherfuckers
elevated.
used
Yeah,
to.
this
Was
ain't the shit
actually
that you
next
used to.
line.
Mhm.
But, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But when you really think about it, like, Tech Nine, the independent grind that he has.
Which Tech Nine?
The rapper from the mid with the mask and all this shit.
Okay.
You know, he has warehouses and factories. He has probably 10 tour buses, trailers and shit that he takes all his own shit. Nigga, they make golf towels, mugs, all of that in his own facility.
What's my man that I see doing shit, man? I'm respecting his movement. LaRussell.
Yeah, LaRussell got a good one. He's performing in his backyard
I love it.
with his family.
I love it.
That is so heavy.
If LaRussell, if you hear this shit, man, I love
yeah,
it, bro.
LaRussell, get with us.
Yeah, come show some love,
Either
man.
one or both.
Yeah, get on both. It's
Do
not
both.
even an even one. Do both. You got
If you in
time.
an error, we ain't far from each other.
We'll put each other in the same studio that day. Whatever we got to do.
I'm about to
make,
say, my shit travel.
we'll make it. we'll make it happen. No, I respect.
I like
it.
what he's doing a
I like
lot.
what he doing, man. And
he can rap.
No, we said the same thing. And
Bro,
you hot,
he
bro.
can really rap.
That's the difference between quality, right? He's not migrating to whatever the fad is at this point. I'm putting out quality that represent who he is. And
But he's what
Shout
we've
out
been
him.
talking about. When we say we respect the young homies' business sense and the way that they value themselves and they know what they worth and this, that, and the third.
yeah, big time.
It started with a Soldier Boy teaching everybody how to do the game.
Shout out Soldier Boy.
And then he's the progression of that. Like the same way we give so
Big
much
time.
lineage to Wayne's and Drake's and
Yeah.
Kanye's. Business-wise, LaRussell is the progression
he's
of
learning, and I'm hoping
young
to be.
Soulja Boy type
I'm
of
hoping
dude.
to be in that same conversation one day.
You know what's crazy though? I love that you fuck with LaRussell because I don't think a lot of people over here really dig what he putting down.
Yeah.
They might like the music because he's good,
Yeah,
but they don't even
they
dig
don't
like
see what's happening.
bro. There's people that's driving to his crib.
And when I watched LaRussell on the interview, right?
He giving game.
He giving game, but
And
it's
he's
not
humble.
like he comes across as the coolest dude in the
No.
world. He don't come across as the street boy.
He
don't
actually
come
tries not to.
He comes across as the regular human being, and I
You know what
fucks with that.
LaRussell's brand of conversation is? Why does that make sense? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This is what makes sense.
And if y'all
That's
know
all
who
he
LaRussell
talks
is, look
about.
him up, man.
That's all he
I
talks
respect him, man. I
No,
respect
I
him.
don't even mind donating a little bit of time to him because I salute that young brother and his people because similar to a homie of mine that's an entrepreneur, you know what I mean, Red, hella black, hella proud, hella black, hella
So
loud,
love.
all of the brands he got.
Mm-hmm.
When he started being an entrepreneur and figuring out his footing in the race, his whole family was on board. I went to a Dune Day.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, dad, grandma, both sisters, all out there working the you know what I mean, the vending space together, and it's like, yo, that's amazing.
That's amazing. That's support.
That's amazing.
I respect the entrepreneurs. I got kind of cool with Omi and the Hellcat over the past couple years, right? Through Dev, right?
I would imagine so.
But with Dev, so being around him, it's like I just love the way he think outside the box.
I'm about
Now,
to say he's a good
he's
guy.
locked up right now.
Right?
Free Omi. Free
He a
Omi.
good
Great-
guy.
Yeah, he appears to be one of a great guy, man. So I think, and I don't know the whole situation. And I mean, we was at trial with him, man, because I support him because if you and I came up with something that wasn't a crime at the time when I did it, right?
And I take the hit.
I'm saying misdemeanor, and I learned something, and we learn how to. Man, shit, most of us got fucking fire sticks now and shit like that. So we're no different. But if you learn something, then it's like, I learned this, man, and I'm doing something. Years later, it became a felony, but not at the time when I started.
Yeah, this shit should be post dated.
This shit should be post dated, and so, but even past that, to lose everything, right? Because I got a homie named Chuck Nice. He used to be in a group called 3 Times Dope back in the day.
I know 3 Times Dope.
And he talked about being up financially at one point.
That's your homie?
Yeah, that's I'm his kid godfather.
I like to talk to Chuck.
I'll make sure you do.
Thank you.
So he talked about having a whole lot of money where it was like, I got a budget each week to just, when the money slow up and different. He's like, man, the mental stress to have. I couldn't imagine being on me and losing that much and bouncing back and then getting it. So he's motivation, but he thinks outside the box.
Right.
Even with the clothing and whatever else he into, man. Shout out him, man. When he get home,
Absolutely.
I know he probably gonna make a
He's
trillion.
gonna land on his feet.
He gonna land on his feet because he's
feet.
one of them brains. He's just one. I'm hoping to think outside the box to learn, man. Maybe build some partnerships or whatever, man. But entrepreneurs with minds like that, man, we gotta salute them. We gotta support it. And black businesses is something I don't know on me reeking or something, but you know what I mean. We had that conversation on Love and Then What.
Yeah.
He got you a nigga. You got dropped off
early.
And the fucking
His stop came before
your boat came before ours.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
shit.
so.
But no, like, I like talking to you because you speak to a lot of the things that people don't understand. Like, we don't even speak from a position of privilege, but we wind up in a position of privilege because we can always speak, right?
Yeah.
And we have a consistent range of opinions. So at some point, whoever's in here, they deal with it, right?
They deal with it.
But the amount that we learn through these conversations means that the point of doing this becomes more selfless than people understand. We start looking forward to it for us. For us, being on camera is a byproduct. It's actually more work. It's like, now I gotta iron my teeth.
Now, you see how I can't be wrinkled. Yeah, that's the reality.
Now I gotta iron my teeth.
Yeah.
But if there's times where people stop by, like, yo, I'm in the neighborhood, pop through, and we start talking, and I'm like, yo, I really want to turn on the cameras.
I want to flick
but
the
we
camera.
already been drinking, and we don't need to start on, or this a little too deep. But if we could have got some of this would have been dope for the people.
would have been fire for
But
them.
it's like, it's still selfless at that point. It's not about being seen as much. And
It's
you
not.
speak to that. You
Yeah,
speak
it's
to
not.
that without saying it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I hear that
yeah.
from you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, this shit's so much bigger than the camera.
So much.
Yeah, and the weird thing, I don't know how much time, if I'm going
No,
over.
you good. I'll
The
tell
weird thing is, a lot of times, and they clown me about this, a lot of people call me on FaceTime, fans from all over, on through Instagram and shit.
Yeah.
And I pick up.
I was about to say, fans got your number.
Nah, and I pick up, and it be the shock, like, oh shit, you really did pick up. Because
Like, this really Mike Jones' number?
that's how I mean. It's really Mike Jones shit. Yeah, man. It's like, and so then we had those conversations, and I had people tell me that. Oh man, come on, man. You only looked at a star when they can't get a hold of you. When they can get a hold of you, now you taking away the star element. Oh man, kiss my ass.
You know how
man.
many opportunities I would miss if that was the goal?
My show is about being connected with my people. We are family. So if I can't answer the phone, I don't give a fuck who it is. I pick up. Bro, it just been people who picked up and just asked relation rights. They didn't want no question of the show. They was just like, yo, my girlfriend is doing X, Y, and Z. I feel like she cheating, man. I want to look through her phone. Which should I look through her phone?
That's how $1 million worth of games started.
It did? I didn't know how it started.
It was a hashtag. Gilly was doing certain
I know Gilly
shit,
was doing the shit on the
saying
gram.
certain shit on the internet, and then his DM started going crazy.
I respect it.
It built, and it built, and it built. His followers started going
Gilly be
crazy.
saying some shit sometimes.
So it's like, if you agree with his opinion, you respect it, then you going, you know what
I think
mean?
sometimes he says some shit that I don't agree with, but
I mean,
that's life.
Listen,
That's
I don't.
life.
Most of the people that I respect in this space, I only agree with 70 to 80% of what they say.
But
anyway.
if I agree with everything anybody said on Earth, it would be unbelievable. You know
No,
what I mean?
that
We all
don't make
got-
no
It
sense.
don't make no sense.
It don't make
So-
no sense.
So I think him and I think Wallow got a different message, even though I think it's the same. You know what I'm saying? I think deep down inside, both of them really don't want the violence in the city, right?
Right.
I think Wallow attack is a little different than his.
Yeah,
You know
they
what I mean?
both have different approaches.
They got different approaches. So Gil got a more
But you know
sweet
what?
sound
See,
to it.
I'm gonna simplify.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Break
I
it down
like-
for me.
I like math. and I said this when Wallow first came home.
Mm-hmm.
Every generation has an odd couple.
Oh, I feel you. It's a balance.
Enough said.
It's a fucking balance.
Every generation has an odd couple.
Mm-hmm.
Gilly don't feel like he's a nut. Bitch ass nigga,
No,
not your cousin that just did a dub.
No, fuck no.
But the balance of the energy means that I can still give my real opinion and you can still give your real opinion.
We both could be right.
Because we're never supposed to be the same.
Yeah, we're not
nigga.
the same, but we both could be right though.
And I don't know if that was intentionally their thing, but they became the perfect odd
and maybe
couple.
that's their personalities.
No, it's probably no. I think it's natural.
Yeah.
I think there's jokes that embellish it, but I think it's natural balance of their relationship.
Yup.
I think them jail calls went similar to that.
Oh, big time.
You know what I mean?
Big
Just
time.
to cheer the homie up.
You got to. And
You know what I mean?
And
Your
we all
cousin.
got that family member that we talk shit
Bro.
to and bid on. That's just the natural.
My uncle's been calling me since I was a pup. Like,
Man.
I know how to go.
You know how it goes. and I wish both of them continue success. And you know what I'm saying? And that's hard. And a lot
I love
of people
what they
don't
doing
think
there.
it's
Rest
true.
in peace to Cheese.
Yeah, rest in peace, his son, man. That's this city streets, man. No matter what it is, man. No matter how the situation go, we don't want to see none of our black brothers kill each other or be killed.
Let's be honest. We are like professional athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Even if a motherfucker dislikes what you do, he does not want to see you not be able to provide for your family and be around or go through hardship.
Yeah.
We do not want to see anybody in this league of Philadelphia entertainment or just people in this city go through anything that we...
If you coach as many kids as I coach, right? They become, I don't want to say sons, that's strong. Some of them are sons. Some of them become sons, but it's like a lot of nephews. And so I had a kid named Steve 2 weeks ago got killed. Right?
God
Out
bless
there.
him,
No,
man.
he's older now. Steve probably 27, 28 at the time when he got killed. I don't want to get the wrong
God
age.
bless him.
The issue is, right? And this was the hardest part. I had to realize you can't save them all.
You can't.
It's impossible. And once I recognize that, man, you just pour into them as much as you can because you only there a certain amount of hours throughout the day. They still got the influence of their peers. They got their parents. They got money. They got all type of shit that might influence them. I'm hoping that I deliver some message that it'll make them say, nah, I ain't fucking with it.
The conversation that I wind up having a lot of the times is people say that they don't listen, right? And I say, I remember when I acted like I wasn't listening. Like, I remember as being a little brother, my sister said, because she's 4 years older than me, guys my age, they don't just leave their hats all over the place. They take care of their hats. They make sure that they don't get bent up or messed up or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not dumb acting like I'm cool. But then 2 days later, I threw out probably 30% of my hats because they wasn't up to snuff.
You started checking
I still did it.
it.
Sometimes they act like they're not hearing you and they still hear you. And sometimes it take for a cage to slam or a situation to almost happen for your voice to ring in their head.
For it to kick
but
back.
it's better to be said.
It's better. It's there. You
Stop being emotional and acting like because he gave you the cold shoulder that you've been disrespected.
Plant
You've
the
been a
seed.
child before.
Plant the seed. Plant the fucking
You've been a
seed,
child
man.
before, bro.
Plant the seed. I gotta.
We know a hardhead when we see what we know, the one that we could get to control the rest of the kids on the field.
Big time. Big time.
True or false?
Big time.
Whether that's by how he work or what we get him to say to them.
I tell the kids that I coach, man, find a friend that's gonna tell you stop fucking drawing. If you don't got a friend that tell you like, no, you being a dickhead, no, we ain't doing that, then you don't got no real friends around you. And you need some, because we all at times gonna think about doing some dumb shit and need to be corrected.
I watch these Netflix shows about them D3 and JUCO schools, football and basketball, and I've seen a few of them coaches say, "Where's your roommate?" Oh, all right, go get him, come back, run with him.
Yep.
Run with him.
Run and fuck with him.
Why is he sleeping? Y'all was across from each other. You ain't get him out the room. Now get him out the room and you
have
run
some
with him.
accountability for your mans. That's just part of it.
Since holding hands to cross the street to go to the bathroom,
If you
like
ain't-
since babies,
it's,
bro.
it's crazy out here. It's crazy out
Like
here.
this is fundamental stuff for real. Like,
Yeah.
but it's like we gotta revisit that.
You gotta
We gotta
revisit.
get back to like, yo, we have to look out for each other, man.
I talk about pastors. They don't. A lot of them don't even. They're scared to talk to the kids, man. So
They don't know how.
You want these kids? You want to come find God, come find church? No, you got to go out there and get them. If that's your thing, that you feel like is the way to God, I'm on the right track. I respect the coaches.
If you want that in your congregation,
I respect all the fucking drug dealers back in the day who told me like, nah, son, you ain't doing this. I see something different in you. You know what I'm saying? You play ball. You smart.
You in school.
You need all those pieces. So you need the coach. You need the pastor. You need the drug dealer. You need everybody to give you some bars that's not leading you the wrong way.
Now let me say something that I've been saying for a little bit too. We're now at the age and experience where we need to become the deacons. We need to start trying to help throw the family reunions or even take on a lot of the fundraising or brunt work of organizing the family reunions. We're at that age and we're not even realizing it yet. Like, it came up on us fast. Once you hit 40,
oh yeah, we grown men.
who's handling everything when
Big
you go
Mama
for
Ben
Thanksgiving?
died. Yeah.
Somebody 70 years old, 60 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
yeah.
we gotta facilitate all of those things. We can coach you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you said, you don't even gotta be the chef. You got enough people that you can start to delegate to make sure that this shit happen. You're right.
You know
we
what I'm
gotta
saying?
rebuild families.
And we have to be aware of our young men. One thing that I think gets taken for granted is when somebody dies, everybody worries about elders, women, and babies. The young man goes and gets the ice, takes out the trash, picks up such and such, drops off such and such, and he can't even catch up to his homies. And then when he get with them, they gonna have time to smoke a blunt or two, take a couple shots, and then he back to nobody asking him if he's okay.
I think a lot got to do with.
And his homies might. I'm not neglecting,
Yeah, I know.
but you know what I mean.
A lot got to do with. Man, we getting deep on this, John. We
I
really
mean,
sipping and getting
that's why
deep.
I said Wayne.
A lot got to do with young boys don't have a real man to teach them how to be a man.
Right.
Like, you got the single mom flow, so it's a lot of things. You don't got the men in the street that know how to be men.
Right.
And so it's really an art
It's hard.
to being a man. And real men to tell a young boy, like, it's all right to cry. It's all right to be hurt. It's all right to express your emotion.
It's all right to walk away.
We got this. It's all right to walk away.
It's all right to
you don't
walk
have to
away.
prove you're not a bitch.
It's all right to walk away. It's so heavy, yo.
Bro, it's like,
It's so heavy.
how do you get that message across is where we at. We're not allowing men to be men because they're not being taught by men. So you fall
We're not
down.
allowing boys to be
Your
boys.
daughter fall, you pick her up, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your boy, your son fall. Yo, get up,
Yo,
man.
get
Stop
up.
crying.
What you doing?
We're trying to build them to be tough, but the reality is, I don't know if that's the only answer.
I think that society has outgrown that because what they're going to get as a counterpart to that doesn't balance that out. The struggle that they see is not physical anymore.
It's not physical.
It's not physical. Them going viral for the wrong thing on the internet will hurt more than any whooping restriction their parents can give them.
The internet all fake.
Cause
And I don't know how
let
you
me
fucking-
give you an example though. Cause even beyond that, I was never a kid that wanted to do but so much. If you told me I couldn't play basketball, I didn't really have a reason to be good no more.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It was about basketball and having a radio.
You had purpose.
I needed a radio and I needed a basketball. I didn't need a TV. I didn't need to go outside. These kids, it's all
All the tech and what's going on.
keeping up. They got more expensive sneaks than us.
Big time. Big time. I worry about social media shit because I got a daughter, right? And it's hard to explain when she's only 12 now, but it's hard to explain and even teach that this shit is a facade. Every picture is made
it's
up.
reality
perfect
to
skin.
them.
No, it's reality to them. So when you're looking and comparing, you feel like, oh, I need to look like this, or I need to. And when the people that you're looking at don't look like that, they don't have the money that this shit is a highlight reel.
Do you show the other side? Because I remember when I used to have my little brother with me when I was young. And we used to be around all type of motherfuckers. And it was certain people that I knew he admired and looked up to because of how they presented and what they had. As soon as we used to pull off, and this ain't hating because this is my little brother, I used to tell him this nigga's shortcomings and what he's supposed to be doing and the fact that he's scrambling to keep up with that. And that's
Trying
not
to
where
maintain
you want
that
to
shit.
be
They
at.
don't believe that shit.
And it had nothing to do
That's
with
not
shitting
hate.
on
Sometimes
nobody.
you're giving it a real
It
reality
was,
to the people.
and when my little brother grew up, he turned into a quieter, smoother version of me.
Right.
He has his head on straight. He works for Boeing.
You doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
fuck yeah.
like he did what he supposed to do. But sometimes you gotta provide these young minds. Like, yo, you ever see the picture of her without makeup?
Yeah.
You ever seen the fact that all of this boisterous stuff? You ever realize the balance of how much happy and how much sad they really put out in the world?
You can look at it.
Do you realize you don't want to be that?
Yeah, I try to give the real on my page, and that's crazy. And don't get me wrong, you're gonna get my vacations, and it's gonna look good. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
But
because the water is blue,
The water's
green.
blue. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I also go on here. And it's just me, and people get mad if I'm fucked up that day. I say, God damn, let me get some. Man, I'm fucked up today. I got bills. I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I got fam. I don't sit and play the facade like I'm always up. Am I up sometimes? Sometimes I'm up.
You know,
but some people trying to maintain a certain image that's not reality, and I don't even want to sell that to a kid because then they believe like.
You know what I do?
What you doing?
I don't check pictures.
You don't check pictures? What you mean?
If a photographer or somebody takes a picture, it could be a group of us.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all could all look at the pictures.
Mm-hmm. You say fuck it.
You like it, I love it. Because I'll post all of y'all looking great and me looking goofy. Because you know what I mean? Pictures of me is out there. I can't look perfect in every picture.
Fuck no.
We have to get over this shit.
You have to get over it.
Like, I will post me being the one with the face and wouldn't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah,
and the comments could go up. Like, let's have fun.
No, have fun.
But at the end of the day, like, that's my thing. It's like, and I don't like to disrespect photographers. When a photographer takes 2-3 pictures of you and this is
this the one.
I don't like him feeling the need to show me that, John.
You want to trust his judgment. I don't even know if I even think about that.
I don't like
shit.
that. I don't like him feeling the need to show me that he done a good. Bro, you the photographer.
Yeah,
I want your
you.
card or your Instagram so I could get these pictures and reach out to you for further work.
Yeah, I want. I just want us. I want the world to be, I guess, more like me, and that's probably weird.
That's gonna burn you out.
I want the world to just be themselves, because then, maybe it's hard, because if you yourself, this is the thing. Eventually, you gotta deal with yourself, and we talk about being in that dark room. When you're alone, you can't lie to yourself. When you look in the mirror and you're not happy with how you look, that you could keep putting all the best fucking crop Photoshop pictures or whatever. And I ain't just talking physical. I'm talking about the fake shit you do on the internet. You feed the homeless, but you treat people bad. Like
that's a crop photo.
It's a crop photo to me.
You only see one hand doing.
I don't like fake shit.
You only see one hand doing.
I don't like fake shit because I don't judge nobody, because we all got shortcomings.
And that's the thing. That's one of the things that, since we were speaking about what's been gained through podding and being media, I have been awarded and whatever you call it, opportunities to affect the community, to help do things and give back to the community on a large scale. Like every other week is something that I can give my energy to. Or even share for the people, because I know the people that will, you know what I mean?
Big time.
And I think that, like, a lot of people want to help and we get mad at them because they don't, but they don't know where to start. And I'm a conduit for that. People know that if they got a bag full of sneakers, they can give them to me. I probably got somebody going to Africa that need them. You know, I probably got somebody with a boys' home that need them.
Right.
They call me.
That's
you know
love.
what I'm saying? And, like, that part is, like, that's a light thing. When Flint water got crazy, my man was loading up trucks. Same man I was talking about. And I said, yo, I went on social media. I said, if anybody wants to donate cases of water, I will pick them up. I had a Suburban at the time.
That's your contribution.
I bought 4 cases of water. I delivered between 20-30 cases of water. And then I helped load the trucks. Like, we're in a privileged position to have people go through us to get things and to be able to affect things.
That's amazing.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that I really didn't expect, because I was raised to paint the church on Martin Luther King Day or feed the homeless on whatever. Like, I was raised like that, but now it's like tenfold.
It's tenfold.
And I'm at City Hall and we Freeway Day and this, you know what I mean?
That's
like, that's amazing.
Yeah, you got to trickle it down. A lot of people through your kids. By doing it, by making them do it with you, they don't know. They picking it up.
They gotta see it. It feels good.
Oh, it feels good.
It feels good.
It feels good. And you know, I've been coaching since 2006.
You give back.
I give back a lot of different ways, but it's selfish too, because I got joy out of it. It took me away from dark places. So a lot of times, even helping somebody else, you get a selfish pleasure out of it too. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
that relates to what we were saying earlier when I was like, man, we don't do this to be seen. Selfishly, we get something out of these conversations, but it's not the way that people think that we just want to be heard all the time. It's like we started a momentum, and now we can keep doing this.
Keep going.
That's a blessing.
Keep going.
That's a blessing, man. Salute to you, man.
Nah,
Your
man, I'm
platform.
chilling, man.
Shout out to Devin Wade, man.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out to GB, Monica. Yeah, I appreciate them.
Yo, man.
Keep my moms, everybody at Talk Heavy, do their thing.
I wish y'all much continued success. And I'm coming over there.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Any night, man, you come through, man. Whether you on that episode or you just coming through the.
Let me know the schedule and I'll slide.
Right.
I don't mind being in the studio and just learning.
Come through.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I like to learn.
We there Wednesday nights, man. Most times recording.
Catch a vibe.
Come catch a vibe. We learn from each other, like we talked about, man. And you can talk your relationship and everything, man. We'll help you out there, man.
I mean, if that's what we doing, that's what we doing.
That's what we doing, man.
That's what we doing.
Because if you leave Talk Heavy on a Wednesday night and you ain't grow, and I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about the experience of being with Talk Heavy on a Wednesday night. If you don't leave and you ain't grow, then we didn't do our part as our purpose.
I heard that. And you know what? That's the perfect way to end the episode.
Right, man, I'm with that.
Let them know how to follow you, how to follow the platform. Tell them what to subscribe to.
Man, it's Talk Heavy Podcast on everything, or the Talk Heavy Podcast on everything. My name's Slice Maximus. You can find me everywhere, man. But more importantly, don't follow me. Follow the podcast, man. It's about the team. That's Twitter, Instagram, all that other stuff. YouTube, we on the Devin Wade Network, man, right now.
Get the merch. Look at his page. Everything he wear, you probably want.
Oh, yeah. Get the merch. The merch fly, man. We working on it. And make sure y'all get this Sipping with Sammie stuff, man. He got everything here. If you look around, everything, he's a marketing genius, man. Make sure y'all go support. And that's it, man. I hope y'all tune in. And if you got relationship questions, send it in, man. We tend to help.
Send them in, and then tell him you seen him here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Drop my name.
That's it, man.
Because I think that'd be fun just to do. Why not,
bro? It was an honor.
No, man, it's been a pleasure. I had a ball with
Thank
you, bro.
Again,
Thanks for making time. Like we said, you had a long day. You made time
listen,
for me. Man.
It's an honor to be here, man. If I could be here, I'm gonna definitely be here.
Absolutely, man. That's what we need out here, man. So. I hit the wrong button.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
I don't know why that one ain't playing.
Behind the bodies, yeah. Body. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. I live in the city where niggas is catching like 500 bodies. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. Gotta be strapped. You in the streets. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. I live in the city where niggas is catching like 500 bodies. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. Gotta be strapped. You in the streets. 500 bodies. Stay prepared for whatever, it can go down. If you didn't know, nigga, bet you know now. I'm in the trenches with the killers and some hoes round. But I ain't fucking with them bitches, rather count thousands. I come to work, all my niggas, they from public housing and row houses. I can't stand a sneaky nigga who move like a mouse. When they caught up in the jam, they just run they mouths. It's obvious you not the man. Why you reaching for that pistol with a shaky hand? What's a peasant to a king when I wave my hand? But I'd rather keep it peace, that's my Libra scale. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. I live in the city where niggas is catching like 500 bodies. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. Gotta be strapped. You in the streets. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. I live in the city where niggas is catching like 500 bodies. 500 bodies. 500 bodies. Gotta be strapped. You in the streets. 500 bodies. They done kill women, done kill kids. Y'all don't understand how I feel here. Peace marches to spill bids. Blood, sweat, spill tears. Everybody fighting unchill here. 20 plus years, no chill here. Said we peaceful, lot of still here. 80s raised, no mistakes still here. Always kept still here. Ghetto Ghetto birds are none but the real ones. These youngins is letting off real guns. Leaned out, same city they still from. Philly Bear make a boss just a pit, huh? Top pin game, they get a hit, huh? Same kids that live and fit, huh? All got criminal records, yeah, huh? Finding myself walking block to block, moving in unison, rocking out with the same ones you look down on, and the ones putting the town on. Hoping your mom put that gown on. It's her funeral, not a child's joint. See the spark and laid out drunk, cause he beefing over some foul joint. 500 bodies, 500 bodies. I live in the city where niggas is catching like 500 bodies. 500 bodies, 500 bodies. Gotta be strapped, you in the streets. 500 bodies, 500 bodies, 500 bodies. I live in the city where niggas is catching like 500 bodies. 500 bodies, 500 bodies. Gotta be strapped, you in the streets. 500 bodies, 100 bodies, 200 bodies, 300 bodies, 400 more. Don't care you got bodies, so please do not try me, cause you'll be a body right under the floor. Right there. 500 bodies, that's so many bodies, they running it up. More work for the more. 600 bodies, they gonna keep counting. You better be strapped when it's war, then it's war. Tell me go get him, I got him, I promise. License suspended, pull up in the Johnny. What's on my hip, will I shoot like a Tommy? Guarantee I turn her out to a zombie. I be on buck, you know that's where to find me. Getting that money, I'll always be grinding. I be on point, no need to remind me. Beefing with me, I ain't taking it. 500 bodies, 500 bodies. I live in the city where niggas is catching like 500 bodies. 500 bodies, 500 bodies. Gotta be strapped, you in the streets. 500 bodies, 500 bodies, 500 bodies. I live in the city where niggas is catching like 500 bodies. 500 bodies, 500 bodies.